Hey guys, on this episode of Just Bake It, we are going to be making almond biscotti. Now, some of you may think that this is a bland and boring cookie, but it's actually very delicious if you have the right recipe, like this one. So without further ado, let's get into the ingredients. So to make 20 pieces of biscotti, you're going to need 1¼ cups of whole almonds, 2 cups and a tablespoon of all-purpose flour and more for your hands, 1 cup of packed brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, which I forgot to film, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 cup of butter, 3 large eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a tablespoon of canola or vegetable oil. For the egg wash, you're going to need 1 large egg and 1 tablespoon of milk. And for the topping, you're going to need 8 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate. First, preheat your oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit and line a baking sheet with parchment paper. Spread the almonds on the sheet and toast them for 15 minutes, stirring twice during that time. And if you do manage to drop an almond in the oven, please don't be stupid like me and pick it up with your hands. Lesson learned. When the almonds are toasted, take them out of the oven and turn the temperature up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now what you're going to want to do is chop or pulse the almonds in a food processor until very coarsely chopped. Set 1 cup of the chopped almonds aside. Chop the remaining almonds until they're a little more fine. These are going to be what you sprinkle on top of the biscotti. In a large mixing bowl, whisk the flour, brown sugar, baking powder, and cinnamon together. Whisk them until they're well combined. Using a pastry cutter or 2 knives, cut in the butter until the mixture is crumbly. And I found an amazing way to use 2 knives, exactly like a pastry cutter. Like that. Gently toss in the 1 cup of coarsely chopped almonds and then set the mixture aside. In a medium bowl, whisk together the eggs, oil, and vanilla until mixed well. Pour the egg mixture into the flour mixture and gently mix with a large wooden spoon or rubber spatula until everything is just barely moistened. And I do not care if you hate that word, I'm using it. And when that's done, turn the dough out onto a lightly floured surface and with floured hands knead it lightly until the dough is soft and slightly sticky, which is gonna take about 8 to 10 times. If the dough is uncontrollably sticky, then knead 1 to 2 more tablespoons of flour into the dough. Divide the dough into 2 and place each half onto a baking sheet. I only made 1 because I didn't need that much biscotti, but I don't know what you're into, so just do what your heart desires. Shape each half into an 8 to 9 inch long roll, patting down until each is about ½ an inch thick. To make the egg wash, mix the egg and the milk and whisk them until it's combined. Using a pastry brush, slightly brush the top and sides of each biscotti slab and bake them for about 25 to 26 minutes or until the top and sides of the biscotti slabs are lightly browned. Remove them from the oven but don't turn off the heat. Let them cool for about 10 minutes and then cut each biscotti into 1 inch thick slices. Spread the slices back onto the baking sheet and return them to the oven to continue baking for 9 minutes. Turn the biscotti over and bake them on the other side for another 9 minutes. The cookies should be slightly soft in the centers, harder edges. Melt the chocolate in the microwave or double boiler. Transfer the chocolate into a piping bag or a Ziploc bag and then drizzle it onto the biscotti. And right after you drizzle them with the chocolate, sprinkle with the almonds so that they stick onto the biscotti. And all you gotta do after that is wait for the chocolate to set. And you are done! Although a little time consuming, these biscotti cookies are really worth it. Thanks for watching and see you next time on Just Bake It.